pause. There we go. Oh, you can start doing it. Okay, tell us. Sorry, 15 years ago, what were you doing?
15 years ago, I was 1 year into teaching group exercise, and some people may have heard this story, and some people may not. But before I taught my very first class, I did the grind workout with the MTV grind workout with Aaron Keys.
What does that look like? What does that look like?
I know they started to walk up, and then they were like, anyway, so when I did that, and I was a resident RA in college, so I did that in a resident meeting, we had to do programs and stuff. So I did that workout, and then I started to teach that workout at the gym. That was my very first class that I ever taught to that routine. And I said, I want to have my own workout dance video one day. And so I did that times 100. So 15 years ago,
did everybody believe your dream, and did everybody buy into it and cheer you on and say, of course you will?
That really didn't matter to me because I'm one that if I have a dream that I want to pursue, I try to pursue it. But I also know that when you're walking down the road, there's many streets that you can turn off. There's many stores that you can look into. And there's many stores that you can walk into and buy something different that may possibly change your mind and put you in another direction. But I was always living in the power of now. And I said that if this happens or if this changes my direction, it's supposed to happen as long as it's right for me.
What kinds of challenges did you face along the way looking in different doors on your journey, trying to decide which ones to go in, which ones to bypass?
What kind of challenges I faced? Well, the thing is, I really love challenges. So I'll start out with a story like this. I was a hurdler, a really established hurdler, 400-meter hurdler. And every single time before I went out on a race, when the team was on the bus or in the car driving to the event, we had the music on, and obviously I was probably dancing, as you see. And then it would get to the point where our coach would say, all right, it would be time, maybe 25 minutes before your race, he'd be like, Shaun, go warm up. So I had the process. I put my headphones on, I go jog around. Even if it's 90 degrees outside, I would wear the hottest sweatsuit. I mean, I was warm, my blood was flowing, I was sweating, I was like, I'm ready to do this race. And then what happens is you line up along the track. They give you your number, you put it on your hip or wherever it is, and then you walk out on the track. And when you walk out on the track, or when I walked out on the track, there was this paralyzing feeling that came over me that I was like, when the gun goes off, I don't think I'm going to be able to move. Because I was so overwhelmed with oh my God, I had this inner drive to always beat the time that I ran before. Even if it was 0.001 hundredth of a second, I needed to beat this time. It was just necessary. So I get on the track, and then the gun would go off, it would all go away, and I would run a better race, and I would be just going for it. So when you talk about fears and trials and tribulations along the way, that's where Dig Deep came from. Because I truly believe that in that moment that I'm super, super nervous, and when that gun goes off, I say to myself, I have to do this. So I'm just trying to set up the stage so that the fears that I came over, that process, and the experience of me having to face over and over again the fear of doing something, or the trial that was the thing that got in my way the most was me. It was mentally my mind that was putting itself in a way. So, story that I told yesterday, and for some reason this is the story of the year for me. When I signed my contract with Hip Hop Abs, I took it to an agent that I was with in in LA. And when I went to this agent, first of all, prior to me taking the contract to the agent, I was really one of their highest paid dancers. I was always dancing, always traveling, working with artists, music videos, stage shows, wherever you name it, I was working all the time. So when I took this contract to them, and I was like, oh my God, I got this great deal with this company, Beachbody, and I'm like, oh my God, we're going to do this infomercial, and I finally got my dance program. I took it to an agent who's someone who believes in you, and they said, these things never work, just sign it, we don't want a percentage. So I'm like, okay. Ching. anyway, so I'm walking down the steps out of this building, and I can take it two ways. I can either get really discouraged, or I can say, I'm about to show the bitches what's really but really what I said is my goal, I just made up a goal. Like instead of making that trial get in my way and really making it a hurdle too high that I could jump, I basically was like, if I help change one person's life, then I know it was worth it. So as you know, Hip Hop Abs, I filmed in 2006. It came out in 2007, and here it is 2013, and people are walking up to me talking about, I love the dance program, so what? So the story is, most of the trials that I've faced were people. So I go back to the point where I was on the track, and I say, if I can overcome the hurdle, the biggest hurdle, which is myself and my mental self, and my own personal self, then someone outside of me cannot stop who I am. It's just not going to happen because you don't control me. You can only control you, which in turn I say to myself, I can only control me. I can listen to what you say, it can impact me, but if it's not positive, then I'm going to say deuces.
Last question. I know you got to get to your to other meetings, but there are a whole host of coaches out here. 100 coaches on our team, Team Rockstar Fit. Huge Insanity fans, a lot of certified Insanity trainers. Coaches leading Insanity boot camps. Why should we turn your phones off? Why should we want to? Oh, you can have your phone on and why should we? Want to post this picture, and why should we tell everyone that we know to get out and get T25? What is it going to do for them? Why do you love it? Tell us, give us some of your passion on T25.
Well, the first question was probably the most important question is, why should you post or go out and tell people you love T25 or you talk about T25? Only talk about T25 if you believe in the product, truly. Or if you believe that this product will work for somebody. My goal is never, ever, 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 ever to put out a program and say, everyone in the world should do this. I motivate different people in different kind of ways. I have Hip Hop Abs where I'm tilt tucking tight, and I have Rock and Body where I'm acting a goddamn fool. Then you got Insanity where I'm screaming at you, trying to make you dig deep. I got Asylum that I take that to the next level and bring in my sports conditioning training. And then I have Fit Kids Club, I have the Get Real, and then obviously I have T25. T25 is for people like you and me who come into situations where we do not have enough time. Now, I want to start with the majority of people who came to Summit. The majority of people who came to Summit, obviously, you're a coach or you know someone who's a coach and you're trying to build a business. But you already know what it's like to work out. You've tried different programs that Beachbody has, so you know what it's like to give yourself time to work out. So, for you, it's like, hey, I have a really busy month, or, I'm not going to be able to get my workout in today, and so T25 is going to be that program for you to be like, oh my God, I can get it in 25 minutes a day. I know I'm going to get a great workout, but I really like Insanity. Like, I like working out for an hour. Max interval
Too long.
for 59 minutes.